News from the CFL. The BC Lions made an historic hire today. They have added Tanya Walter to the coaching staff.
Very pleased to welcome Tanya Walter to the program.
Tanya Walter is the team's new defensive assistant.
Tanya Walter as a defensive assistant.
Tanya Walter has been an athlete all her life, but ventured into football 9 years ago.
Obviously, yes, being the first female, that is a huge win. But myself, I look at it as the job is the job, and I'm here to coach.
I sent you guys an email yesterday, and I got Tanya's back here, our new addition, so she's going to listen in today, so you can say welcome to Tanya. You'll be happy to know Jordan. She's from Edmonton, so she's got questions about which highway to take and taxes and all that stuff. So basically, we have 2 spots on our staff that are for younger people coming into coaching. On defense, we were looking for someone younger that's kind of hungry to come in here and learn and do all those things, and she fit that category.
So my initial point of contact, I guess, with the CFL was Laurence from the CFL head office. The 2 of us actually had attended the 2018 NFL Women's Career Forum. And then from there, she had asked me if I was interested in potentially coaching this season, and she put me in contact with Rick. And from there, scheduled an interview, and I guess the rest is history. I know as the season goes on, there's going to be a lot of challenges, but it's nothing that really intimidates me or anything like that.
Trust you guys are good in here?
I don't know, we'll find out. We're getting text messages from Mom.
Keep in mind, I'm always listening.
Hopefully you're not in trouble.
Given the nature of this one and the high attendance, I'm going to try at first just to say one question and a follow-up to start.
Because I've pushed my way into a couple spaces where, yeah, there hasn't been females yet. There hasn't been representation. And I just know the importance of doing that and the change that comes after that.
But she'll be on the field and a full-time coach just like you would see any of our guys. And she's going to help with our film breakdown, which is a huge part of it.
We're about 3 months into our off-season strength and conditioning program. There's usually 2 portions to the workouts, so we'll usually start outside and do some running and our on-field stuff, and then we go inside into the gym, and then we do our strength training.
Practically dumbbells? Yes. So you can either go bench press or dumbbell.
This is my 7th year with the BC Lions. I started off as a seasonal athletic therapist. I took over strength and conditioning. That was a big jump, just juggling both roles, especially during season. Working in professional sports has always been a goal of mine, at least growing up in the Lower Mainland. And once I decided to go into athletic therapy, I knew that working in that setting was something that I wanted to do. Everyone needs to be able to press, everyone needs to be able to squat, everyone needs to be able to do similar athletic movement patterns. So just because you're a certain position or a certain weight doesn't mean that you're excluded from the fundamental athletic movements. Well, there's a saying that your best ability is your availability, right? If you're the strongest, fastest person, but you're only on the field for 6 games, what's the point?
10 o'clock, done. What's up? How's it going? How are you guys? Good to see you guys.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Thanks.
Can't complain.
More decision. He's like, oh, you go. Here comes. We'll get together at 10.
That's good.
We'll get together in the Touch base on things. You know, we're transitioning back into more normal times. We've done a lot of stuff on Zoom and virtually. It's very important to meet in person, so it was good to have them back.
Now that I have a little bit more veteran savvy group, there's some things that maybe I have a little bit more, luxury of doing than maybe in past years, and that's a great thing for me to have, especially in my first year as being a DC. So I'm gonna lean on some of my veterans for sure.
No, I'm gonna just go through some of the stuff that we'll be doing as far as breaking down game film.
I mean, it's great just to be back. That's half the battle, right? Great to be back in the room, obviously talking football. Something that you love and take pride in. I'm happy about the guys that we signed. I'm happy about the direction that we're going. And like I said, for me, it's just making sure I put those guys in position to be successful.
Yeah, we want it where he ends up. So like I said, he can line up in the near set and he ends up motioning the 4 strong. Yeah. We want it as an empty at that point. Like I said, especially like with Winnipeg, when they move around Andrew, well, he's not there no more, but when they used to move around a lot, and sometimes they'll snap the ball in mid-motion and do some funky things like that. But we'll deal with that when we're dealing with an offense that does that.
Boom, boom, this guy, or boom, boom, this guy, or the wheel. It's just anything to get the center off guard.
We want to do what we need to do offensively to win the game. We can talk about stats, we can talk about all kinds of things, but our job is to put the football in the end zone. We know everybody's going to be looking for number 7 now. He caught the league by storm and teams kind of started paying attention, so we had to start using him different ways and things like that to keep getting the ball in his hands, and that's been a major focus of our offseason. And like I said, putting it all together, putting the final pieces on things, when you're all kind of talking the same language already going into training camp, that continuity is going to be huge.
Really want to thank you guys for coming out and spending the day with us, talking football. And I want to thank you for being a coach. Everyone you meet today, every coach that coaches for the BC Lions and all the players you meet had a coach, high school or younger, that made a big difference in their lives and made people want to be a football player. So
the best type of coach to be is the person that's going to be themselves and adapt whatever that is.
He's going to be slouched over. He's going to give you one of these because he's exhausted.
You start to be cognizant of is your eyes control everything you do.
Really what you want to do is you just need to make sure that tackle climbs toward you, right? So my everyday drills are the bags.
I've coached high school, junior college, NCAA, and CFL. So at the top of your drill, because you're always at the top of your brain. Always at the top of your brain. Every drill. All right.
I got every play back here. Give you a fast over the top.
Moving on, first step, second step. I call it shock because it kind of helps ingrain that it's aggressive.
CFL Combine at the end of the month in Toronto, so that's exciting to have that back. It's been gone for 2 years, so we'll focus on the CFL draft. So we'll do a lot of homework before we go to that Combine, so we know those guys. 2 months from now, we're going to be talking about that we're going to be right on the verge of going to training camp, and that's not very long. So we have a lot of work to do on the draft and get ready for training camp and doing all those things.